The text came through at 2:47 p.m. on a Tuesday. Unknown number. Your wife is at the Hilton downtown, room 804, right now. I stared at my phone, sitting in my work truck at a red light, and felt my stomach drop. My wife, Claire, had told me she was at a team-building retreat 2 hours outside the city. The Hilton downtown was 12 minutes from our house. I could have driven there, could have kicked down the door, could have made a scene that would have ended up on someone's TikTok. Instead, I did something different. I forwarded that text to 47 people. Her parents, my parents, her boss, her entire department, our pastor, her book club, the PTA group, her sorority sisters, and one more person she'd never see coming. Then I sat back, turned off my phone, and waited for the nuclear fallout. If you want to know what happened when 47 people showed up at the Hilton, including the one person who made her lose everything, hit subscribe, because what I'm about to tell you isn't revenge, it's precision. My name is Nathan Cross. I'm 39 years old, and I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm a senior project manager for a commercial construction company. I wear a hard hat, carry blueprints, and spend my days making sure buildings go up on time and under budget. I'm not flashy. I drive a Ford F-150 with 130,000 miles on it. I pack my lunch. I coach my daughter's soccer team on weekends. To most people, I'm just a regular guy, steady, reliable, maybe a little boring. My wife, Claire, certainly thought so. "You're so predictable, Nathan," she'd say, not quite joking. Same routine, same jokes, same everything. I'd laugh it off. Predictable pays the mortgage. But I could see it in her eyes, the restlessness, the disappointment. She wanted excitement, adventure, someone who made her feel alive. Turns out, she found him. His name was Evan Holloway, VP of Sales at her marketing firm. 42, divorced, drove a Tesla, wore designer suits that cost more than my monthly salary. Everything I wasn't. I didn't catch it right away. The signs were subtle at first. New perfume, longer hours at the office, a sudden interest in team-building retreats and networking events. She started going to the gym more, bought new clothes, spent more time on her phone, always angled away from me. Classic signs, but I told myself I was being paranoid. Don't be that guy, I'd think. Don't be the jealous husband who doesn't trust his wife. So I ignored it, until I couldn't anymore. 3 weeks before the text, I came home early from a job site. Migraine, rare for me, but the sun had been brutal and I'd forgotten my water bottle. I walked into our house at 2 p.m., a time I'm never home, and heard voices upstairs. I froze. Claire's voice, and a man's. My first thought was burglar. My second thought was worse. I took the stairs slowly, quietly, every step making my heart pound harder. The voices were coming from our bedroom.
The door was cracked open. I looked through the gap and saw my wife sitting on our bed, laptop open, video call on the screen. The man on the screen was leaning back in an office chair, tie loosened, smiling. "I can't wait until next week," Claire was saying, voice soft, intimate. "This sneaking around is killing me." The man laughed. "It's part of the fun. Easy for you to say. You don't have to lie to anyone. You could always just tell him." Claire shook her head. "Not yet. I need to have everything lined up first. The lawyer said—" I pushed the door open. Claire's head snapped around. Her face went white. "Nathan, I thought you were at work." I looked at the laptop screen. The man had already disconnected. "Who was that?" It's work stuff. Just a colleague." "A colleague you can't wait to see next week?" Her mouth opened, closed. "You're taking that out of context." "What context makes that okay, Claire?" She stood up, defensive now. "You're being paranoid. We were talking about a work trip, that's all." "A work trip you're sneaking around for?" "I'm not sneaking. You said you can't wait to see him. You said lying to me is killing you." "You're twisting my words." I stared at her, The woman I'd been married to for 12 years, mother of my daughter, the person I'd trusted more than anyone. And I realized I didn't believe a single word coming out of her mouth. "What's his name?" I asked quietly. "Nathan, what is his name?" She crossed her arms. Evan Holloway. He's my VP. We're working on a campaign together, that's all." "That's all?" "Yes." I nodded slowly. Okay. Yeah, okay." I turned and walked out. Behind me, I heard her exhale in relief. She thought I'd believed her. I hadn't. That night, I did something I'd never done before. I went through her phone. She'd left it charging in the kitchen while she showered. No passcode. She'd always said she had nothing to hide. I opened her messages. There was no thread with Evan Holloway, but there was one labeled EH. I opened it. My hands started shaking. Months of messages, hundreds of them. "Can't stop thinking about last night. When can I see you again? He's working late. I'm free if you are. I'm falling for you." Photos, not explicit but intimate. Her in a hotel robe, him shirtless in what looked like the same room. I scrolled back. The messages started 8 months ago. 8 months! I'd been living with a stranger for 8 months. I took screenshots, every message, every photo, every damning piece of evidence. I uploaded them to a cloud drive she didn't know about. Then I put her phone back exactly where I'd found it. When she came out of the shower, I was sitting on the couch, watching TV like nothing had happened. "You okay?" she asked. "Yeah, just tired." She kissed the top of my head. "Get some rest. I've got an early meeting tomorrow." I nodded. She went to bed. I stayed up until 3 a.m. staring at those screenshots, feeling my entire life crack apart.
The next morning, I called in sick to work. Then I called the divorce attorney. His name was Richard Moss, 58, gray hair, reputation for being ruthless but fair. I sat in his office and showed him everything. He read through the messages, his expression never changing. "How long have you known?" he asked. 2 days. "And you haven't confronted her?" "I confronted her about the video call. She lied." He nodded. "Good. Don't confront her again. Not yet." "Why not?" "Because right now you have the advantage. She doesn't know you know the full extent. The moment you confront her, she'll lawyer up, start hiding assets, create a narrative." He leaned forward. "North Carolina is a no-fault state, but we can still use this. Adultery affects alimony, custody, asset division, but only if we're smart about it." "What do you need me to do?" "Document everything. Where she goes, when, with who. Get me dates, times, locations. The more evidence we have, the stronger our position." I nodded. "Anything else?" Richard smiled. It wasn't a nice smile. "Yeah, don't tip your hand. Act normal. Let her think she's getting away with it." "For how long?" "Until we're ready to strike." For the next 3 weeks, I played the role of the oblivious husband. I went to work, came home, had dinner with Claire and our daughter, Emma. I smiled. I laughed. I asked about her day. And I documented everything. I installed a GPS tracker on her car. Legal in North Carolina as long as I co-owned the vehicle, which I did. I checked it every day. Team lunch meant 2 hours at the Hilton. Late meeting meant the Hilton again. Girls' night meant, you guessed it, the Hilton. Always the same hotel, always between 1 p.m. and 5 p.m. She had a pattern, and patterns are easy to predict. I hired a private investigator. His name was Marcus, former cop, now freelance. I gave him the dates and times. He got me photos. Claire walking into the Hilton at 2:15 p.m., Evan Holloway walking in 7 minutes later, both of them leaving together 3 hours later. In one photo, he had his hand on her lower back. In another, they were kissing in the parking garage. Marcus got me everything I needed. "Do you want me to keep going?" he asked. "No, this is enough." He nodded. "Sorry, man." "Don't be. You just gave me the truth." The text came on a Tuesday. I was sitting in my truck reviewing a site plan when my phone buzzed. Unknown number. "Your wife is at the Hilton downtown, room 804, right now." I stared at it. Someone else knew. Someone was trying to help me or hurt me. I wasn't sure which. I checked the GPS tracker on Claire's car. Sure enough, Hilton parking garage. I could have driven there, could have kicked down the door of room 804, could have dragged Evan Holloway out by his designer tie, but I didn't, because I'm not impulsive. I'm predictable, and predictable means I plan.
I sat in my truck and opened my contacts. Then I started a new group message. I added Claire's parents, Bob and Linda, my parents, Tom and Susan, Claire's boss, Jennifer Caldwell, CEO of the marketing firm, Claire's entire department, 12 people, our pastor, Reverend Mike, her book club, 6 women who'd known her since college, the PTA group, 8 parents from Emma's school, her sorority sisters, 9 women she still talked to regularly, our neighbors, the Johnsons, the Patel family, the Hendersons, and one more person, Evan Holloway's ex-wife, Monica. I'd found her on Facebook, sent her a message a week ago explaining the situation. She'd responded immediately, "That bastard, let me know if you need anything." Now I needed something. I added her to the group, 47 people total. Then I typed one message. "This just came through, thought you should know." And I forwarded the text. "Your wife is at the Hilton downtown, room 804, right now." I hit send. Then I turned off my phone, started my truck, and drove to a coffee shop across town. I ordered a black coffee, sat by the window, and waited. I turned my phone back on at 4:30 p.m. 157 missed calls, 284 text messages. My phone was vibrating so hard it nearly fell off the table. I ignored all of it. Instead, I called Marcus, the PI. "You at the Hilton?" I asked. "Yeah, you're not going to believe this." "Try me." "There are like 30 people in the lobby. Her parents just walked in, some guy in a suit who looks pissed, a woman who keeps yelling about home-wrecking bastards." I smiled. That'd be Monica, Evan's ex-wife. "Jesus, man, what did you do?" I told the truth. "Well, the truth just walked into the elevator. Looks like they're heading up." "Good. You want me to stick around?" "Yeah, I want photos of everyone who shows up, especially Claire and Evan when they come out." "You got it." I hung up and took a sip of coffee. It was the best coffee I'd had in months. The messages started coming through. From Claire, "Nathan, where are you? Call me right now. This is insane. You're making a huge mistake." From her mother, "Nathan, what is going on? We're at the Hilton and Claire is hysterical." From Reverend Mike, "Nathan, I'm here with Claire. She says this is a misunderstanding. Can we meet?" From Jennifer Caldwell, Claire's boss, "Mr. Cross, I need you to call me immediately. This is a professional matter." From Monica, Evan's ex-wife, "I'm in the lobby. This is better than I imagined. Thank you." I didn't respond to any of them. I just sat there, drinking my coffee, watching the sunset over Charlotte. At 6 p.m., Marcus sent me a photo. Claire and Evan in the hotel lobby, surrounded by people. Her parents, my parents, her boss, Reverend Mike, Monica. Claire's face was red, streaked with tears. Evan looked like he wanted to disappear into the floor. Bob, Claire's father, was pointing a finger in Evan's face. Monica was talking to Jennifer Caldwell, Claire's boss, showing her something on her phone. It was chaos. Beautiful, justified chaos. Marcus sent another message. Your in-laws just dragged Claire out to the parking lot. Evan's trying to leave, but Monica blocked his car with hers. This is wild. I smiled. Then I finished my coffee, paid, and drove home. When I got home, the house was empty. I walked through the rooms, feeling the silence settle around me. For the first time in months, I felt calm. I sat down at the kitchen table and finally started reading the messages. From Claire's boss, Jennifer. Mr. Cross, I've spoken with Claire and Mr. Holloway. Effective immediately, Mr. Holloway has been placed on administrative leave pending an investigation into workplace conduct violations. I apologize for any harm this situation has caused you and your family. From Monica. Evan just tried to tell everyone you're lying. I showed them the divorce papers from when he cheated on me with a coworker 3 years ago. He's done. Thank you for giving me this. From Reverend Mike. Nathan, I spoke with Claire. I think there's a lot to unpack here. I'm available if you need to talk. Praying for you. From my dad. Son, your mother and I are here for you, whatever you need. And from Claire, sent 2 hours ago. I'm staying at my parents' tonight. We need to talk, please. I set the phone down. We'd talk, eventually, but on my terms, not hers. The next morning, I met with Richard, my attorney. He saw the news, he said, smirking. News? He turned his laptop around. There was a local gossip blog post. Marketing exec caught in affair, confronted by dozens at downtown hotel. No names, but enough details that anyone who knew would know. You made quite the splash, Richard said. I made a point. Well, it worked. I got a call from Claire's attorney this morning. She wants to settle. Already? Her boss put Evan on leave. Her parents are furious. Half her social circle knows. She's got no leverage, and she knows it. Richard slid a folder across the desk. She's offering a clean split, no alimony, 50-50 custody of Emma. She keeps her car and retirement account. You keep yours. I read through it. This is reasonable. It's a surrender, Richard corrected. She knows if this goes to court, the affair evidence will bury her. She's trying to salvage what she can. What do you think? I think you won. The question is, do you want to keep fighting, or do you want to move on? I thought about Emma, about the house, about the life I wanted to build next. I want to move on. Then we settle. 2 weeks later, I sat across from Claire in a conference room. She looked smaller, tired. Her eyes were red-rimmed. I'm sorry, she said quietly. I didn't respond. I know that doesn't fix anything, but I am. I never wanted to hurt you. You just wanted to fuck someone else. She flinched. It wasn't like that. What was it like, Claire? She looked down. I felt invisible, like I didn't matter. Evan made me feel seen. I saw you every day. No, you saw the mom, the wife. You didn't see me. I leaned back. You're right. I didn't see you. I didn't see that you were lying to me for 8 months. I didn't see that you were planning to leave me while I was coaching our daughter's soccer team and packing your lunches. Her lip trembled. Nathan, we're done, Claire. Sign the papers, move on. She wiped her eyes. What about Emma? Emma gets 2 parents who don't hate each other. That's more than a lot of kids get. She nodded. We signed. 3 months later, life had settled into a new rhythm. Emma stayed with me during the week, Claire on weekends. It wasn't perfect, but it worked. Claire had quit her job. Too much gossip, too much judgment. She found a new position at a smaller firm across town. Evan Holloway had been fired. His ex-wife, Monica, had used the affair evidence to reopen her alimony case. Last I heard, he was paying her an extra $3,000 a month. Karma's funny that way. I was at Emma's soccer game on a Saturday when I met Sarah. She was the mom of one of Emma's teammates. Divorced, kind smile, worked as a nurse.
We started talking on the sidelines, about kids, about life, about how weird it is to start over in your late 30s. "You're the guy, aren't you?" she asked one day. "What guy? The one who sent the text to half of Charlotte?" I winced. "That got around, huh?" She laughed. "Oh yeah, you're kind of a legend." "Not sure that's a good thing." "Are you kidding? Every woman I know wishes their ex had half your spine." I smiled. "I just did what felt right." Well, it was impressive. We started getting coffee after games, then dinner. Nothing rushed, nothing forced, just two people figuring out what comes next. One night, Emma asked me a question. "Dad, are you mad at Mom?" We were sitting on the couch watching a movie. "No, sweetheart, I'm not mad." "But she hurt you." "She did, but being mad doesn't fix that." "Then what does?" I thought about it. Moving forward, building something better. She nodded, processing. "Are you building something better?" I looked at her, my daughter, the best thing I'd ever been part of. "Yeah, I think I am."
6 months after the divorce, I got a message from an unknown number. "I'm the one who sent you that text about the Hilton." I stared at it. Who is this? "Someone who saw what was happening and thought you deserved to know. I'm sorry if I caused you pain, but I'd want someone to tell me." "Thank you," I typed. "Seriously, you gave me the truth when I needed it most. You did the rest. Take care of yourself, Nathan." The number went dark after that. I never found out who it was, but I didn't need to. They'd given me the push I needed to stop living in denial and start living in truth. People ask me if I regret it, sending that text to 47 people, blowing up Claire's life in front of everyone she knew. I don't. Not because I wanted revenge, because I wanted accountability. Claire had spent 8 months lying to me, to our daughter, to everyone around us. She'd built a secret life on top of our real one, and when the truth came out, she wanted to control the narrative, to spin it, to make herself the victim. I didn't let her. I gave everyone the same information at the same time. No spin, no story, just facts. And I let the consequences fall where they belonged. I still drive the same F-150, still pack my lunch, still coach Emma's soccer team, but I'm not the same man I was. I'm not predictable because I'm boring. I'm predictable because I'm deliberate. I know what I value. I know what I won't tolerate, and I know that the truth, delivered at the right moment, is more powerful than any revenge plot. Claire wanted excitement? She got it. Evan wanted a thrill? He got it. And I got my life back. If this story hit home, comment, "Truth wins." If you've ever been lied to, if you've ever had to choose between staying silent and speaking up, if you've ever watched someone face the consequences they earned, this one's for you. Hit subscribe for more stories about the quiet power of doing the right thing, even when it's hard. Because the best revenge isn't destroying someone,